Hi, my name's Henderson. I'm a proud community ambassador for Outside the Locker Room. I just like being involved with the community. I think it's really important for local youth and younger people to have some sort of sporting involvement. I think it provides better outcomes for their lifestyle if they're involved in a community club. Look, I played footy for a number of years. I retired from footy when I was 40. I wasn't getting a kick when I was 20, so I was certainly no better by the time I was 40, but I just loved playing, but I've also loved coaching. Coached footy for 20 years. Having a bit of a break from it, but still like to be involved in the game. Look, I've coached obviously in some major leagues around country Victoria, but also in the VFL as a development coach, and then Bendigo Pioneers head coach in the TAC Cup. Look, I suppose for me, I've always been a pretty anxious person, particularly around sport. I used to become quite ill before games of football because I just built myself up so much. And I suppose the other thing is, as a coach, I've been sacked a few times, and that's certainly affected me. And probably the last time was probably the most that it affected me. And I'm happy to say I'm in a good spot now. It can become really isolating, and it can become a really lonely place if you don't have people to reach out to. It's a big battle for people just to go through by themselves. Certainly the more people they can get around them, the more helpful that is, and give them a better chance of recovery. I think mentoring, role modelling is really important from past players, even people on the committees. I think also there's some real obligations around sporting clubs now with alcohol and drugs. Drugs are becoming a really big part of society, unfortunately, and football clubs can help people get on the right pathways. Look, I think it's really important to bring outside community services into your football clubs or any club, because I don't think committees or coaches can do it all by themselves. I think it's really important that we bring other resources into our clubs to ensure that our players can benefit from the best programs available. I think it's improving. I think there's still, we can be still a little bit naive about mental health. I think it's well out there now that drugs are part of football clubs or some clubs in other sports, but I know my own experiences as a football coach, I certainly came over the effects of drug use, and for me that was a real concern, and now I think it goes hand in hand with mental health. I was really disappointed, with some of our younger guys that were sort of peddling drugs around the football club to other young guys, and I was really concerned about that. But I suppose my own personal experience, I'd never seen any real form of drug. And I went on a football trip, and a player actually dropped an ecstasy pill into my pint of beer, and that upset me considerably. And I knew then there was a major issue. I'm in a really good place now. I think probably stepping away from football's probably helped that. I just found in the end I suppose the responsibilities and the pressures that come with coaching can be unrelenting. I do want to coach again, but at the moment I'm in a good spot. I work for CEDA and I facilitate an AFL diploma, and I just like working with kids that are 18 or 19 because I think you can have such an impact upon them, and if I can help them out in any way, to me that is the most beneficial part of my work. I think eating the right foods, good sleep, I think that's imperative, and also just looking after yourself physically. I might be going to the gym 5-6 times a week. And I also really make sure that if I'm going to have a beer that I don't overindulge, because I feel that has really detrimental effects upon me for 2 or 3 days afterwards. So I think the healthy lifestyle motto is certainly something I'll try and live by. The advice I'd give to a young person would be for them to enjoy the journey. Don't put too much pressure upon themselves. What will be, will be. Work hard, but also understand that the reason why you start playing football or these other sports is because it was fun when you were 8 or 9 years of age, and I think we can't afford to lose sight of that. The importance of mental health for young people can't be understated, and we've got some challenges around things such as social media. The iPhone's changed the world considerably. We've got access to people 24/7, and people have got access to young people 24/7, and that can be really confronting. It's hard to get away from sometimes negative vibes or negative pictures or negative images on social media, and I think sometimes you need to stay away from that and eat well, sleep well, and just stay off the alcohol, and certainly stay away from drugs. I was lucky enough to see Jake work with the Chuka Football Club, and I saw some really positive outcomes with that. And then Jake obviously spoke to me about joining Outside the Locker Room. I was really impressed I just thought it was a fantastic way to stay connected to football clubs, young people and local communities. But more so, the message that Jake is sending to community clubs is outstanding, and I just wanted to be part of that. I think it's really important for sporting clubs and schools to be involved in a program like this, because it really offers a foundation and a really good support base for clubs and school communities, so that they can get those resources from outside to help them with major issues as they come up. You know, schools with bullying, social media issues, football clubs with drugs, alcohol, mental health. I think it's really important to get the experts in and really help out. As an ambassador of Outside the Locker Room, I think my role is really to provide support for football clubs and individuals that I meet along the journey, and certainly be a role model in the community as far as probably my own behaviours, but also the way that I look after myself and try and stay well as far as mental health goes. I would totally encourage people to be community ambassadors for Outside the Locker Room. I think it's just such a great experience for not only yourself as a facilitator or an ambassador, but also to go and connect with communities, get a handle on what's going on in society and just being able to help out. I think it just gives back tenfold. It's just about really trying to help people out, and there's no better platform than that, than Outside the Locker Room for that. My purpose now is to get out in society. I want to see young kids given every opportunity to be the best person they possibly can be, and that's getting away from alcohol and drugs as something that they're dependent upon. And I just want them to understand there's some great pathways, and that you know, you're not going to be successful at everything, but if you give it your best crack, you know, you're going to get some successful outcomes. And I think that's my purpose at the moment, is to help out as many people as I possibly can.